Will Buru squeeze all the way upwards of the $1 level with the price target which we gave it last Friday? Or is this a ticker which its glory days are behind it? You should be locking in profits and walking away from. What's up, trend friends? Today, let's see Buru under three different lenses: the why, the what, the where. The why, we're going to be doing a catalyst breakdown. The what, we're going to be doing some stock analysis. The where, I'm going to tell you guys where to get in, where to get out. And also, congratulations to everyone that did watch my last video, which came out about a week ago or so. Okay, October 3rd, and this is what I said. This is the best penny stock to trade heading into Friday, and this is going to be known on ticker Buru, ticker B-U-R-U. Well, the stock is up approximately 100% from the levels that video we came out with, so congratulations everybody. Now, personally, I did end up actually, getting a little bit, we were kind of stuck in a little bit of a sticky situation at one point, considering this major dip all the way down to this 22-cent levels, right? The 20-cent level, it held the 20-cent level really well. So there was really not much to panic. Now, I didn't even anticipate it going, honestly, guys, all the way upwards of the 66-cent level. So why did it run all the way upwards of 66 cents right now, right? Why did this happen all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right? So let's go over here and let's figure out the why. Because as always, we talk about the why so we can anticipate the longevity of a given ticker, right? Is this a ticker which actually has longevity and can actually hold on to these gains, or is it just going to be here today, gone tomorrow? In the case of Buru, my friends, let's read the news. So it says, Nibiru to acquire Orbit, expanding defense and security hub with cutting-edge operational resilience solutions. So let's go over here and let's see the strategic rationale. So it says Orbit's platform enables the organization to anticipate, manage, and recover from disruptions across physical and digital environments. Capabilities increasingly prioritized also in defense sector by NATO, the U.S. Department of Defense, and other allied agencies. They talk about Israel. By integrating Orbit software as a service technology, the Technical Electronics Warfare and Nibiru Laser Systems, the company aims to deliver an end-to-end suite of defense and infrastructure resilience solutions. So overall, it's pretty good. Let's see what the CEO said. Said the binding agreement is a pivotal step in our evolution, said Alessandro Zamboni, executive chairman and co-CEO of Nibiru. Okay, so overall, pretty cool stuff. Okay, pretty cool stuff. Now, you guys know how I feel about acquisitions. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think that acquisitions are kind of overrated. I believe they're kind of an overrated catalyst right now. Why do I say so? Because when company A acquires company B, company A is always paying a premium as to what company B is worth. This is how an investment works. This is how investing works. Does that make sense? That's it. That's how it works. When you're investing, you're paying for future gains. So right now, you're technically getting ripped off, right? Now, whether or not the traders are willing to actually see eye to eye with you or not, right now it looks like people are willing to see eye to eye with Nibiru with this acquisition of Orbit, right? But what this is going to do is that this is going to, so let's go over here and read the acquisition terms. So it says initial capital increase, Nibiru's Defense LLC will subscribe up to 5 million, my apologies, 5 million in Orbit capital within 36 months. Starting with a 1.5 million advance for a 10.7% stake. Final acquisition, Nibiru's Defense LLC will acquire the remaining equity of Orbit at a $12.5 million pre-money valuation by December 31st, 2026. As a part of the agreement, Nibiru Defense receives exclusive global distribution rights for Orbit's platform in defense and mission critical sector effective immediately. The total consideration of $12.5 million includes a $2.4 million net cash advance to Orbit's owner to be paid in tranches, and which accounts for the partial offset of a $1.35 million in Nibiru's receivables. The remaining balance will be settled through Nibiru equity securities by the end of 2026, subject to stockholder approval. Dilution, subject to people saying yes, dilute, which they will always say yes, dilute. Okay, it's just how things go. All right, unfortunately, right? So overall, for me, the breaking news is honestly not the best. It's not that strong of a catalyst. Okay, so there's that. Now the next thing which we're gonna look at is gonna be the what, right? We're gonna, and remember, right? The one thing which I take a lot of pride in, right, is not how amazing I am at trading and everything. Now, mind you, I'm fucking amazing, but some would say otherwise, right? The one thing that I take pride in on this channel is that I always tell you guys exactly what I think about given tickers, right? Whether I have a position in them or I don't have a position in them, I come here and I tell you guys the truth. I tell you my truth. I tell you what I think, my perspective, right? So, for me to come here and tell you guys, hey, listen, this catalyst, It's really not all that. Some people may say, oh, you don't know anything about what this is going to do. Compared to other catalysts, it's really not all that, okay? So there's that, right? Now, next thing we want to do is going to be the what, right? We're going to do some stock analysis. When you're doing stock analysis, you need to analyze things from a supply and demand perspective, not a company analysis, not going, well, the defense system this and the war is going to happen and Netanyahu just said this, so the war is going... Hold on a second. Well, the war is going to happen and Netanyahu just said this and the defense is blah, 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 and the company's over. Stop being silly. Stop being goofy, all right? The stock is on the company and the company is on the stock. Supply and demand. Now, let's talk about the supply. How much supply does the company have? Well, when it comes to the supply, the company has approximately a free float of 128 million shares. Okay, 128 million shares. With a $60 million market cap, you know, that's not the worst, right? That is really not the worst. So we're going to put its volatility as good. Now, this is the part where people don't really understand about float, right? Like, this is the part where people kind of get, like, you would see 128 million shares and you would think, oh my God, this is a mega float. This has a massive float. This has a massive float. It's never going to move. Then you realize, dude, it's freaking 60 cents a share. Like, what are people going to do? They're going to buy one share of this stock? I mean, it just doesn't make sense, right? So that's why I always like to also pay attention. You know, there's a lot of gray space, man. There's a lot of gray space when it comes to trading. And that's why I think, you know, trading is one of those things that it takes a lot of experience and it takes a lot of, you know, paying attention. And, you know, you can't just read a book and go, okay, well, yeah, this is it. Because there's so many times that this is good if this is right and this is right. This is bad in this case and in this case, but it's also good in this case and in this case. I mean, how many times have you seen a company announce bankruptcy and their stock goes up? If you've traded long enough, you've seen it many times. I've seen it many times. So what's happening? Well, it depends on, are they planning on restructuring? Are they planning on delisting? Are they planning on actually paying back their investors? All these different variables go into play when it comes to deciding where a stock is headed. So now imagine if someone would just said bankruptcy bad or bankruptcy good. Bankruptcy good sounds fucking stupid, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? Sometimes it can be good. So overall, pretty good float, okay? Or relatively good float, but very volatile ticker. The next thing which we want to look at is going to be dilution, right? Supply and demand that we're talking about. If the company is pumping supply nonstop, what's going to happen is that no matter how much demand comes in, the stock's going to get killed, okay? So let's go over here and let's take a look at the company's dilution. Let's go over here to, what are we looking at? We're going to look at their cash, okay? Because the number one sign that a company is going to raise funds is that they need funds. So the company right now has $12.6 million in the bank. They're burning $2 million every quarter. The numbers I'm showing you are based off their most recent SEC filings. I did not make up these numbers. These are based off of their most recent SEC filings, okay? Good. $12.6 million in the bank. They're burning $1.99 million. Leaves them with 19 months. So cash-wise, they're pretty strong cash-wise, okay? Next thing we want to look at is going to be, actually, it's going to be okay. Over 2 years is good, over 3 years is amazing. Or cash flow positive is amazing. The next thing we want to look at is historically, have they diluted a lot, right? Do they have a history of dilution, right? Because remember, history repeats itself, right? Or, you know, as Mark Twain says, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, right? So if a company's been dilutive historically, the odds of them being dilutive again, not low, all right? So let's go over here and let's take a look. So historically, they've been very dilutive. Right now, they do have an okay overhead supply, meaning that they can go ahead and dilute. So overall, guys, for me, the odds of dilution is actually relatively bad. It's relatively high. Let's see institutional ownership, sitting at 0.2%. Not good. Not good, not good. Don't like to see that. Let's see what the short interest is looking like when it comes to Buru. Up 6% today, up 137% the past trading days. Sitting at 37% overall, 38% overall. Now, this is the thing about this 30. Oh, it's sitting at 40% actually, okay? The live short interest is sitting at 40%. Now, this 40%, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's probably closer to 80%. Why? Because it doesn't account for naked shorts, doesn't account for synthetic shares, doesn't account for dark pool volume. So what this means is that if the stock gets running, you can really get running and you can squeeze out a lot of shorts. But at the same time, it's not a good look that the short interest is increasing because it shows confidence. It shows that the shorts have confidence, and you don't want the shorts having confidence because that means that they believe that the stock is actually overbought, okay? So remember, right? Trade the Trader, right? Trade the Trader. That's why one of my favorite books is Trade the Trader, right? Read that book. It's a really good book, right? It's probably one of my favorite pieces of reading when it comes to trading. There's so many trading books. Trading in the Zone is a good one. How to Be a Day Trader is a good one. A Mathematician's Guide to the Stock Market is a good one. Bro, if you knew how many books I've read. I think, I'm more of an audiobook guy, but when I first started trading, when I first started trading, I was still taking the bus. Okay? So I actually liked the physical copy of the book to go through it and read it, you know? So those books I read, but these days I only listen to audiobooks, but those are good books. So I'm not sure if they have audiobooks for those books for you guys to listen to. And personally, I don't like audiobooks that aren't read by the author. They make me feel a little bit weird, okay? If you feel the same way, let me know down below. Maybe I'm just autistic about this shit, about my audiobooks, but who knows, right? Anyways, overall, when it comes to Buru, where do I see it going? Let's talk about that, okay? Back to Buru. Enough talking about how you read books or don't read books, Sam. So when it comes to Buru, where do I see it going? Unfortunately, my friends, okay? Unfortunately, with the current catalyst that it has, okay? With the current catalyst that it has, I doubt it's going to get above this 80 cent level, okay? I doubt it's going to be able to get above this 80 cent level. And right now it's trading at like 65 cents. So is it worth me to go ahead and buy it right now? No, right now it's kind of time to take profits. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in our Discord, they sold like earlier, right? Like later today. Now tomorrow it's probably still gonna run, but for me the top would be that 80 cent level, and anything above 60 cents, I'll start locking in my profits. And I'll tell you guys why I started locking in my profits, man. Because my mentor many moons ago, he taught me, he said, Sam, you're never gonna get at the bottom. You're never gonna get at the top. Take what you can and walk away with it and be happy. So for me, if you watch my video, you bought it at sub 30 cents, it's up 100%. What do you want, man? 1,000%? Like, just chill out, okay? Be happy. All right. And yeah, if you guys want to know exactly what I'm buying and selling, check out our Discord. Our Discord right now is actually on a 50% sale for the next 10 members that join. Okay, so 50% sale for the next 10 members that join. Give it a shot, right? It will give you access to my day trade alerts, swing alerts, option alerts directly to your phone. Your phone go, voo, voo, oh, okay, buy this, voo, voo, oh, okay, sell that, right? Very easy, simple to follow instructions. So this is what it looks like. We give it an entry, we give it an exit, we give you every single thing, right? We give you, for example, let's say we give you SOUX, we say the ticker, say the entry, we say the exit, and we also tell you actually how many shares to buy, which is really cool. So a lot of Discords, the way they work is they say buy and buy. That's not how we operate, right? We tell you when to get in, when to get out, and how many shares to buy. So we use a 10K account as a benchmark. So let's say you have a 50K account, you buy 5 times the shares. Let's say you have a 60K account, you buy 6 times the shares. Let's say you have a, whatever account you have, you just buy more shares, okay? You buy the multiples of the tens. That's it. It's very simple. Like for example, ASST over here, let's say ASST, if I say 150 shares in a 10K account, you have a 30K account, you buy 450 shares, right? Very easy to follow. PLTU, 3 shares in a 10K account. If you have a 100K account, you buy 30 shares. Easy to follow stuff, right? This is kind of why we have over 400 member plus coming back, because people are making money. It's kind of easy to follow, right? It's not you don't need to be too tech savvy or anything like that. My man says, Sam the man, $1,100 a day. Last year when I tried trading by myself, trading felt hopeless, but with your help, Sam, and the team, I'm on my way of having my first ever profitable year. Not to jinx it, 100%. That's pretty good results, man. Thank you, Sam, for carrying me productively, $215 a day. We've been crushing it, guys. We've been crushing it day in, day out, and I think that's why, look at this. This is literally about a week ago. Another day following Sam and his daily wins. Right now, he's been 16 out of 17 days win for me. September proved to be a solid month. Thank you, Top Tree Academy. 164% in a single month. So, big wins or small wins, guys, they're all jolly and they make me happy. Look at $22,000 off of a single trade. Amazing. 64 bucks. Shout out my man from England. He says, Sam and the gang, you lot are freaks. Look at this shit. Unbelievable returns in a month. On we go. Come on, boys and girls. 22,000 pounds in a single month. Amazing. Also just started trading again, not even 2 months ago. Been in the chat for less than a month. And from 17 can already up 10K. Crushing it, man. Crushing it. I mean, look at this. When is this? Literally yesterday. You can either stay broke and stay stagnant or take advantage of the financial usually. I love you, Joey. I love you, bro. What a fucking inspirational lad. Thanks, Sam. Critical wins. This is again yesterday. 50% of gains on the channel is pretty much the last month. Only false swingers. These are today now, October 7th. Productive GLTO. I'd like to thank you. God bless, man. God bless. Anyways, give it a shot. 2 weeks free trial, 30 days money back guarantee. Right now, next time members, 50% discount. And remember, if you're looking for a sign, there's your sign. Don't give up, don't quit. Why? Because 90% of traders are not unprofitable. 90% of traders just quit before they become profitable. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Thank you for watching. Your boy Sam.